Now there is a search for a missing mom and her child. Tomorrow marks 1 week since Brittany Wiley and her 12-year-old son Rodney left home to shop at a couple of stores nearby, and they just vanished here, folks. So now police are posting notices asking you to help find them.
This was supposed to be their last stop late that afternoon, Saturday, April 22nd. A mom and her son running errands, driving to this supermarket on Highway 278 in Covington, a mile from home. Brittany Wiley even called her mom as she was driving with her 12-year-old son Rodney next to her and said, "We're on our way to the grocery store now."
That was the last time that I had heard from her.
Today we traveled to Covington, Georgia to search for a missing mother and son, Brittany and Rodney Wiley. They went missing a week ago from today, which here's the date right now. It's only been a week and they vanished. This is a very strange case. Me and Nug, exploring with Nug, we literally woke up today to this case, dropped everything we were doing and drove 2 hours because this just screams like an accident or something. It's just a strange case.
Yeah, it was just a week ago. It was right here in Georgia. And ultimately, like, I'm driving over here thinking, I was like, I really hope we don't find them because find them in the water. Because a week, they could be alive. Technically,
hopefully they are.
They could be wrecked somewhere, still alive. So I'm hoping for the best outcome because, like, not only is mom involved, but there's also a kid involved. And this would just be heartbreaking if we end up finding him in the water somewhere.
The grandmother is extremely worried about where her daughter and her grandchild is. And when we heard this case, a week missing, no sign, very out of character for her. She literally was on the phone talking to her grandmother. They were on their way to the grocery store here. They were like, she was saying something like, "This is our last stop, we'll see you home soon." A mile away, vanishes a week later. And she was driving her grandmother's car, a red Ford Escape.
The only trace of them. At about 6 p.m. that evening, they disappeared. A flock camera captured part of their red Ford Escape. The location, Turner Lake Road at I-20. The SUV heading toward the supermarket just down the street.
And we believe we found the address to, I think they lived in these apartment complexes, if our information is correct. And if you look right behind me, there's this pond that they would have passed by. No guardrails. There is a little bit of a curb, but we're gonna walk around first and then use the sonar boat just to cover some of these areas, just to find some answers to where she is or isn't. Help any way we can. But let's start searching, see what we can find. I mean, it's hard to tell how deep these things are because they're this greeny color.
Yeah, it could be a foot deep.
But a week ago, there still might be signs. I mean, they might have been leaving right here. I don't see any tire marks or disturbed rocks too much. But there are some missing chunks and stuff. I mean, these almost look like indentions. But the idea is that they would have coming home, they would have driven back in here. You came in through a different way though.
Yeah, I came in this back way.
Maybe they
lost. But
I mean, maybe they left again.
huh?
Maybe they left again. I don't know, but we have to check this because it's.
I mean, the starting point.
Well, look at this.
Closest water. Well, that looks like what do you call it? Mowing.
Do you think they mowed within a week?
Well,
Oh, right here, there's two. I guess man, that kind of sucks for us. Because they would have unless we see a car part or something. But we'll be able to clear it in 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's very strange, man. I think it would have been right here. There's something in the water right here. I mean, you would think there'd be like a black mark for the tire or something. I mean, right here, I don't think that's new. But there is a tire track. Sit down. Huh? You gotta go back in first. Go back in.
looking for a minivan too, right? So it's like
So
6
it's the
feet.
Ford Escape, so yeah, it's like that car over there, kind of, the Xterra. I don't think it's deep enough. Doesn't even get to 3 feet.
All right. Well, it's a good starting point. We know there's not here.
All right, we just cleared that pond. I'm glad that she wasn't in there, but that's also was our prime suspect spot, just because if this is where she lived, right back here. But there's a couple other parks nearby with ponds. There's like the Yellow River nearby. There's a bridge that crosses over. We're gonna check everywhere we can. Check the woods too. Let's keep going.
Dude, on the way over here, there's a ton of spots that are wooded.
Yeah.
That look like a ravine.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely worth, like, if we don't find anything here, we hike. We just walk each side of the road and just look. This car could have went off and rolled somewhere right down.
I
into the
know.
road.
Could be hidden. People don't. You know, I don't know how much or where she's been looked for.
You know what? I would be surprised she ain't been looked for in yet. It's only been a week.
Well, this pond is right nearby. It's a park, like super close.
That is way too
There's a
shallow.
gate here, but it's open now. It might have been open a week ago. I don't know. They're doing work, but it's way too shallow right here. Maybe it's a little deeper down here. This road you can definitely drive. This to me would not scream accident,
No,
unfortunately. But
you're not supposed to drive right here, so I don't know why she would have.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it says the park closes.
Probably does. I don't know if it closes at 7:30 or not. But
I think it gets a little deeper over here. There's something over there that looks like an axle, but it's not. It's not a week old. It's like a chair or something. All right, we just cleared this lake. There really is no accessible spots. Way too many eyes. It wouldn't have made sense at all. There's not that good of access unless it was intentional, and I don't think that's the case. So we're gonna keep going, and there's a small pond near Ross, Dress for Less, where they said, you know, that's the location we know they were at. So we're gonna go check that. There's a gate or fence all the way around this thing, it looks like. I just saw water. I don't know if you could actually access it or not, but
I don't know. Where is the water?
oh, it's right back there. I guess we can't get to it this way.
Yeah. So Web Sleuths already has something up about her. So there's like a community of people like doing their thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This ain't it.
Newton County, no trespassing.
No, so we got to gate it off right there. There's no way to get to the body of water.
I mean, the good thing is this town's like so small, we can weed out a lot of these areas.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a, can you see it from this? Let me see. Let's see if we can just look at it. I mean,
Is this how I'm reading it correctly?
unless this gate was recently locked, which that does look like a shiny lock and an old chain.
We're talking a week.
I don't know.
And why would they come back here? Because tell me if this reads right. They made it to Ross. They called 30 minutes later, said they're going to the food mart. So they actually, so this person's saying, like, sounds like they made it to Ross, left to go to food line,
food,
and disappears, or whatever grocery store.
We need to check these by the roadways, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not really any more water unless you go to the park further north. There's another park I had.
Yeah, so everything Web Sleuth has is people. That's the only thing it sounds like. They made it to Ross and left.
There's
like,
this reservoir, you know, by baseball fields, a park, and then the road up here goes by, but it looks pretty shallow.
So let's say she left Food Depot. She has groceries. She wants to get them home. She turns left out of Food Depot on Turner Lake, heads south. Apparently, somewhere in there was a traffic cam that caught him.
Closer to 20, I think.
Well, 20's right there out of Food Depot.
Maybe around the bend or something.
Like maybe she left.
Around in these woods up here.
Well, I was thinking, here's Food Depot. What if she left up here, then turned left? Somewhere up here is the traffic cam.
Yeah, I think it's around here.
And then like
woods here.
It's like this whole area is wooded.
But she would have, if she was actually going home, she would have gone back this way. Yeah, we're gonna check some of these woods back here. just anywhere that's heavily wooded and right nearby in this mile radius. There's a duffel bag down here.
There's a duffel bag down there. Hey, we hit it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Now you're just going in there, aren't you?
I got my boots on. I mean, it is possible. Oh, yeah.
It would be nuts.
Like right there.
Yeah.
Upside down. That's a hill going up, kind of, but
Go up and then down?
maybe.
So
That's what I was saying. Oh, yeah, we go over there. This is all guardrailed up to this point.
Hey, you going off there?
Yeah. Where are you going? There's tires over here. The car is going to be hard to hide though, unless it's a steep hill like over here. And there's just so much garbage and trash. Man, there's car parts all over the place around here. If you're not looking, you know, you're not going to see a car. This is a steep hill. You're going to be, you know, worrying about driving safe. Unless you're like a utility worker or something like that. Really see anything. I saw like random stuff in the middle of this whole thing. It's like an old table. It's weird. But I don't know, I think this one's clear. Keep on going. Jeremy's walking around the outskirts. That's definitely clear. Let's go a little farther down. Or maybe she made a wrong turn at the...
That would have been a good spot up front. It goes down. Like
Yeah.
It's a perfect hole. There's like a canal down there.
I walked all the way in that and I didn't see anything, but there's a lot of car parts and bumpers and hubcaps.
I found an emblem to a Kia. I had to double check what kind of car we're looking for. Let's go down and check the other spot you're talking about. There's a couple tiny holes on that road. You know, from like on this stretch.
Yeah.
It'd be worth peeking into.
Just any place right off a road. Or do you want to look on that side? If I look on this side?
Yeah.
There's a fence over here. So many tires though. Crazy how many tires come off. See, it'd be something like, oh, you don't notice it, but it's like a kind of big object all of a sudden. Like, you know, the car's a lot bigger, obviously, but this is a dumping spot for sure.
If laying upside down, it'd be a little less, it'd be harder to, you know, because it's black at the bottom.
Yeah.
It'd be a little hard to tell. You know, dumping ground.
I guess I had a big flooding at some point. Pipes.
Oh,
and
possum. God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, something like this where it looks like it got hit. I mean, the fence is just shopping carts, all types of stuff.
That made me a little...
I'm not smelling it. I turned my nose off.
Huh. No, I didn't smell it either.
But we're behind the food depot. I say we just keep going around. I mean, maybe we go to Ross. See, I know the traffic cam caught her, but we don't know if that was the last or like the first location.
And we got like between Ross and here in the house.
Everything's that direction. So right now we're driving behind Ross, one of the two places that she said she was going, Ross and the food depot. So we're behind it right now. There's this canal back here. We're just kind of driving behind the building, anywhere wooded or a little interesting looking. Some old bridge, old piping. It's also shallow. I mean, there's no water spots really. All these hilly spots are like vertical, so. All right, so we're behind the food depot now. I still want to probably check behind that, by the Longhorn over there, but there's a lot of woods here, and this is the road she was last seen on.
Check it. Do we get out one on each side, or we gonna walk down here?
Well, I think this will, I don't know about that. I mean, we could do one on one side, one on the other, I don't know, but it looks pretty dense. There's car parts and stuff. The problem is there's so many car parts. People's cars just be falling apart, man.
I was gonna get beat up back there.
Where?
On the road.
Well, I'm gonna walk. I mean, you could see straight through to the other side.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna walk this way. It's a super old suitcase. I don't know if there's anything in it or not. Doesn't look like it. So many cats and so much garbage out here. I know there's some homeless camps in the area too. Checked all the way down that side, nothing.
What are you gonna do? We got that stretch past the roundabout.
Well, what is this? Is this the park?
I guess.
I don't know, I want to check that pond, that park. Really accessible spot though. I definitely want to check. All right, we're right up the road at the La Quinta parking lot because there's a road that just goes back to the woods here. This is the exit before the apartments.
There's a couple spots where vehicles been.
Looks pretty thick.
Yeah, I think that one right there, they backed up and dumped a sofa.
Oh yeah.
But
But a car hasn't been in there since.
I just love how people can back up this dumper crap out here. What is that? Woman's purse?
Full of bugs, makeup bag.
There's a Jeep. A Jeep thing. Whatever it was. Trying out a Jeep. Stolen out of Jeep.
Probably so much trash back here.
Man.
I'm curious if it drops off. I think this is a pond. This is like the city pond. I mean, look over there. Somebody's backed up fishing. It might be deeper on that side. Well, that guy's backed over. Right here is what you would think, but it'd probably be older cars. It's a little bit deeper. Maybe I'll put it in over here.
Just put it over there.
There's a sign right there.
Whole thing.
What if somebody went in right here and knocked the sign over?
Only one way to find out.
All right, we're at the city pond here. We're checking, just got the boat in, just for giggles. It looks too shallow, but maybe it drops off deeper. Must be like a foot deep because it says 13 feet. 3 feet. I think Food Depot was the last location. All right, we just cleared that spot. The deepest it got to like 8 feet, way out in the middle, but there would have been tire tracks. I didn't see anything even out there. And I checked a good portion of that lake. So we're heading back to do more wood searching because it's just, everything screams accident for this case. Unless there, I mean, there's gotta be some piece of information, some spot, something that we're missing. Like she went somewhere else, but she literally called and said, oh, I'm, on the way. Just left Ross, about to go to the grocery store. So I don't know, it's just so strange.
Helicopter.
I mean, it was a helicopter on the way. I'm be willing to bet it was like a news chopper of some sort.
I mean, the interstate's right there. There might be a wreck, but yeah, I was like, man, if they
were
found
like
them,
hovering.
where was they hovering at?
I mean, it was that the way we came to the like farther that way.
Man,
but let's just check this really quick.
All right, let's check
see. Just to clear, and then we can
maybe we'll drive over there.
Go back that way.
See if there's anything going.
Might be able to see it. I mean, they might be just scanning.
Maybe it's a news chopper. Who knows?
Getting some shots, or
could be a house fire.
Could be a lot of things. I think there's a homeless camp back here. See, out off the bat, I don't think this is thick enough. Like right there, maybe. And I was thinking maybe she went off over here. She's not very thick. I mean, right in here, maybe, but
like this spot or that patch. Because she wouldn't be getting on the interstate.
Well, that's not very thick. Yeah, I know. That's why I was. Maybe some tire tracks or something. There's like tire tracks down here. We're continuing the search in the woods. And once again, we stumbled on more trash piled up. There's not a ridiculous amount of woods to search, but there definitely is a good amount. Looks like somebody's tent, bike parts. This is fairly fresh looking, I would say. Well, we're gonna stick pretty close to the road. There's some trails back here. There's more car parts. There's hubs everywhere. There's tires back here. There's signs. It is pretty thick at parts, but a week. It'd be hard to swallow up a car in a week, you would think.
What'd you find? Anything?
Just lots of random car parts, hubs, caps.
I really didn't find anything until just right there I found a black bumper fascia. But it's not, we're looking for a red car.
There's like hiking trails. This place is pretty walked, I would say.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look everywhere.
But at this point,
well, we've looked at all the obvious spots. I mean, we're narrowing them down a lot. But now, like, you come to find out there's another food line, or a food depot, like, right down the road.
And another Ross over there. But I know the traffic cam caught her going down this road. That doesn't mean she went to the Ross here and then went 15 minutes up the road to the other food depot. We don't know that.
I mean, maybe they had, I don't know, it's plausible that they have something that this food depot didn't.
Yeah.
So, or vice versa. Maybe they went to that Ross because it has a better selection. They spent a half an hour there and then went to that food depot.
It's weird, I don't know. We're just kind of trying to think out all options here because...
Well, I do know that there's two bodies of water down there that are close to the road. So we should at least go down and look at them and see what... One looks really shallow on the map, but the other one, it doesn't look bad.
There's the Yellow River a little ways down here. I'm interested in looking at if it's even deep enough.
My theory is kind of based off of I think a couple years ago or several years ago in this area, a woman drove off of I-20 and was in the woods, found 2 weeks later by the cops. So it's happened before. I think it can happen again.
We might as well look. I mean, ain't gonna hurt nothing.
You want to search for Brittany and Rodney. We're checking all the guardrails. You see anything down there?
No. It opens up too, but
there's lots of dents over here. We're gonna check all the dents and just look over the edge.
That'd be nuts. She bounced over the guardrail and nobody's seen it.
I mean, it's possible, man.
Anything's possible, but...
Whew. It is morning on a Sunday, so there's less traffic than normal, so
I feel like
it's not the safest, but we have our hazard lights on, all that stuff, so. We're out checking by the interstate. There's all types of stuff out here. Signs, tires and trash. Just gonna walk a little bit in the woods. So many spots a car could like fly and go through. You just would never see it if you're not looking. Trash, chairs, all types of stuff. There's a big old tire. A lot of trees laid down right here, but I don't see any vehicles. This looks weird, but
A giant tree fell. That's what I was thinking I would buy. It goes down there a ways.
yeah, I didn't see anything, just a creek. All right, we're in the apartment complex, just kind of going over all of our bases, just looking. There's some woods around. We're kind of grasping at straws at this point because we've checked everywhere else. It does drop off. It drops off pretty bad. There's some pipes and stuff down there. There's some trash down there, but I don't see a car coming through here. All right, we're back at the apartments where she was last seen leaving, and we pretty much checked everywhere obvious, even places that didn't make sense. I think we're missing some piece of information. Hopefully we hear about a phone ping or some more news about maybe some transactions on her account, something, because the time frame, something's a little off.
Well, that's another thing. I don't know if I even mentioned in my video, but Mom said she never used the card. So she never used it at the food depot. She never used it at Ross.
She didn't?
That's what she said. There's no charges on her bank account.
Did she have her own, or she used her mom's?
She said her mom said she took her card.
Wow.
So I don't know if she used her own and decided. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
There's something we don't know.
There's a big gap in this story that we're not.
You know, hopefully I'll have some more updates in this video by the time this gets released to y'all. There's a lot of coverage of this story, so hopefully we get some answers soon, and we'll let you guys know. See you on the next one.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of your thoughts and prayers. Just want to let you know that Brittany and Rodney both have been found safe. They are safe. I have no additional information at this time. Currently, right now, the only thing that we know is that she contacted the police department on her own to let them know that her and her son are safe. And that is all that matters.